Welcome to part 18 of Saints Row 1. And before we actually deal with the Vice Kings, we need respect. So we're in the suburbs to start this drug trafficking with a familiar character.
Hello. I'm sorry, I'm in a rush. I gotta pick my youngest up from school. Do you have kids? Oh, who am I kidding? You probably have something like 5. Oh, never mind. Anyway, one of my colored friends was talking to me, and she was saying that the real money isn't in piano lessons, it's in this thing called coma. She set up some deals with my son's friends, but I'm a little nervous about going into the city by myself because, well, I'm not poor. Could you be a dear and help me out? If you do, I'll be sure to write you a nice check.
And yes, Tobias smashes
This should
that.
be a regular cakewalk.
Anyway, as we're helping Helen go through the suburbs and deal drugs, we have to keep the heat off of her. She's automatically going to have a 2-star with the police. Now, I am going to say this though. Helen, despite the fact that she acts like a suburban Karen basically, she does come in clutch in Saints Row 2. And moreover, well, you gotta rescue her from jail as one of the Sons of Somni's mission. And moreover, she kind of gets a change of heart of how she treats people. Especially since she spends most of her time in jail due to the fact that Troy literally put her there. And she lost her kids as an end result. Kind of dark.
Killing cops is a bad thing.
I mean, I've already played Saints Row 2, so it's on the channel. So, with that said, we just need to protect her for one more time on the way home. And I'm only doing 2 instances of it, obviously, so that I can gain up enough actual respect to try to continue these missions, because I only have at least 11 missions left. Oh my god. We have 11 missions left of the Vice Kings, along with the... Okay, it's basically the 11 story missions and the 5 strongholds, because Los Carnales had 6 of them. And 9 missions. So basically speaking, by the fact that one of the Saints missions was technically a Los Carnales mission, that was literally making the Los Carnales, I just said it again, goddammit, the longest, the gang with the longest mission in the game. Even though that first Saints stronghold was actually considered a Los Carnales stronghold. So practically Los Carnales had about 7 strongholds. Meanwhile, never mind, the cops didn't kill them. Anyway. The Saints' first stronghold was Los Carnales, but as for the Vice Kings, yeah, they have the longest mission string. I mean, they technically have the longest mission strings, but Los Carnales, by extension, are the longest group. But the Vice Kings have the hardest mission strings. You will soon see later on once we get enough respect. But damn, are their missions hard. You thought the Rollers was hard? You thought what I went through with Price in the last episode was hard? Oh no. The Rollers. They did put up a damn good fight near the end, but at the exact same vein, the Vice Kings pretty much trump everything in difficulty. They are, without a doubt, the most difficult gang in the entirety of the game. Plain and simple. And I've already mentioned this. Soon you will see why. Because I'm doing 3 missions here. I'll try to squeeze in at least 2 or 3 missions in the next episode, depending on how long it is. And we'll try to go with as many missions and any avenues of respect as I can possibly go to. I'll even have to show off Demolition Derby, which will probably net me enough respect. But still, at the grand scheme of things, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice Kings are going to be a very tough group to deal with. Primarily not just because of their leader, but because of how their mission strings are, and some of the most annoying missions in the game belong to the Vice Kings. I am not gonna mince words. The Vice Kings do have some of the most annoying mission strings. So yeah. And as I already mentioned in the last episode, and many other episodes prior to this, if you want to try to get all these activity strings of the Saints done, try to do at least one or two of them, stop what you're doing, take a break, come back to the activity. That way the car can be replenished, because they are going to start getting tougher and tougher as you go on. You'll not only have to face off against the rollers in this one, you'll also have to deal with the FBI when it comes down to the later levels of this. So make sure you take a break. Now then, there was a tag that I passed up. I'm going to see if I can get the rest of them. I'm going to have to use a guide to get the rest of them. And I'll try to get as many of them as I can. I kind of have no choice, because once we get to the next missions, we're going to need a lot of respect. And I've already bought some stuff from Impressions to give myself a respect boost. So, on that note, let's go on to the next mission. Yeah, that also explains the cowboy hat, in case you're wondering. Time for some more mayhem.
Reno wants to see you in the back.
What's up, yo? I appreciate you coming round on short notice, man. I got some shit that needs to be worked out. Some cop just transferred to town and he ain't paying me any respect. The bitch came in here running his mouth telling me he was gonna put me out of business. Now, what that Uncle Tom nigga didn't know was I got a couple of cops on the payroll, and they told me the raid was tonight. I want you to go out there and stir up so much shit, the cops gotta look elsewhere. Now while they on your ass, I can hide all the cash. I know it sounds risky, bro, but don't worry. You'll get hazard pay.
By the way, the character in that club, I just want to let you know that he's actually a target for assassination in Saints Row 2.
You could have hit me twice.
Yeah, I mean, good number of people you barely even see again who make their debut in their game all became targets of assassinations because of those. I damn near flipped this car over. See the Atria Zone is pretty fast. It's not very durable, but at the exact same time, it has terrible handling, as you can see. And we're at the area where we need to cause some mayhem. But, as I was saying, some of the characters you see, they're either A, not going to show up in the game again, or B, they got cut out, or C, they were practically set up as hitman targets, but they're in pledge loyalty to Ultor. Which, by the way, the guy that was there was one of those targets. And some of them, I'm pretty sure some of them were all arrested by Troy. Now, I know I may be spoiling Saints Row 1, but yeah, you could probably see the panic in Troy's face when Julius mentions the Vice Kings. And I already have Saints Row 2 on my channel, even though it's on poor quality. I may have to redo that game over again. I already have it on my channel, but still. It basically speaking, Troy doesn't want nothing to do with the Vice Kings, because the Vice Kings literally control most of the city. Well, they did till the Saints came around. So let's make sure we start ripping control from the Vice King, starting with this mission.
Take a seat, man. So you're Julius's new boy, huh? You don't look like much. Then again, I don't look like I have an 8-inch cock, so I guess we're both full of surprises. The Vice Kings are named after one guy, Benjamin King. And that shit don't happen unless you're a professional or a badass. And in King's case, he's both. Hold up, I gotta take this. Aisha! What a pleasant fucking surprise. Whoa, 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 slow down. Okay, that's not slower, that's louder. Shit, where's she headed? No, don't worry, I got this.
What's up?
Some motherfuckers grabbed Aisha's sister right off the street.
Shit, man. That's the 6th girl this month. We know who's doing this?
Yeah, the Vice Kings.
No way, man. Kidnapping ain't King style.
Maybe that's Latanya going behind King's back. Don't know, don't fucking care. Now, Aisha said they were driving a yellow sedan. Tail those bitches back to wherever they go and get those girls back.
Alright, we start off with a tailing mission. While this one is, like every other tailing mission, egregious with pop-in traffic, at least they did the courtesy in the mini-map to give you how much of a space you need on the radar to try to stay as far away from the guy as humanly possible, but stay close enough to not get the 30-second countdown before failing the mission. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, this is as fair of a tailing mission as it's going to get. The pop-in traffic still happened though. And needless to say, when pop-in traffic happens, like that one right there almost sideswiped me, it can get annoying. Which is why I hate tailing missions, because of that reason. Nonetheless, we're getting close to the second part of this mission, which will be combat. Although I'm making this mission easy, that's because of the fact that I have the Zenith and I just got finished beating the rollers. You try doing the Vice Kings first with the default cars that they have. See how many times you fail. Trust me, you will.
Shit, tell these motherfuckers all the time they bringing their motherfucking woman. Bitch, get out the motherfucking car now. I'm not fucking playing. Break yourself, bitch. Break yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
Hope you brought some burgers, some freckle bitches, and a lot of weapons, because you're gonna need them. As soon as you follow this prick into... Oh, and by the way, don't forget there is a CD right here for Aisha. Well, a CD, basically. As soon as you follow this prick into the warehouse, get your guns on. Because the moment you kick that door down, Vice Kings everywhere.
How the hell they find her?
I mean, I should have come in with a 44. As it stands right now, I guess it's the best gun we have. Honestly, I should go and try to complete the Hitman missions, but they're all freaking randomized. Which is why I was trying to find Henry. I only managed to find 2 out of 24, because I got like 2 other Hitman targets to get as well. Make sure you kill off anybody that comes in through the back door. Kill off anybody that comes in through the front. And don't forget to pick up any items, cause some of these Vice Kings will drop food. And when they do, it'll be easier for you. Now, once you get to the key with door, the TNA, you have to go kill the guy in TNA in order for you to get the key from the pimp. Yeah, I gotta kill the pimp in TNA in order to get the key to open that door. That's what I meant to say. And I don't need it. I got my card over here. But I will need that Crenshaw. No, that Capshaw, sorry. Not Crenshaw, I meant Capshaw. I will need that Capshaw because it's a 4-door car. And it has enough room to house the many girls that are in that room. This is basically Snatch the Mission. That's what it is. So with that said, let's go in, guns a-blazing. As soon as we do, the Vice Kings will be shooting. And I probably should have came in with a stronger gun. That would have made things a lot easier. And now that we've killed everybody in this room, we need to kill that pimp. Now that we killed the pimp, get the key, and head straight back to where the girls are. But bear in mind, once you do, you're gonna have to fight your way out of there. But as soon as you get into the car, get into a four-door car, don't worry about getting chased down by Vice Kings. Because, ironically enough, the girls that have been kidnapped actually has guns, so they can defend themselves from them. They're technically homies. So they'll try to defend the Vice Kings from you as you take them back to the road. Let's open the door and get these girls out of here.
I got a few ideas how to make your next drive-by more.
And now that we recruited them, here comes the Vice Kings. Now, gun your way out of these guys, out of this area. Be careful, because if these hoes die, you fail the mission.
I told you not to fuck
And one of them just got smacked.
You don't know who you're fucking with.
We gotta help this hoe. I mean, the girl, not the hoe. They're not hoes. They're not hoes. They were about to be, but not for once. Basically speaking, like I said, this is an overglorified snatch mission. Everybody get in a freaking car. And as you can see, all the girls are blasting the Vice Kings. So, we're good to go. Those Vice Kings have been killed. It's a 2-star now. So, expect resistance. And if one of these girls ended up blowing up the car, well, not your car, but the enemy's car, it'll just raise up the notoriety for the Vice Kings. It doesn't matter though, because once we lose them, we'll head straight to the road, and it'll all be over soon. Like I said, I'm making this game look easy. No, it ain't easy. This is not easy at all. Even though this is my first attempt, still, it is not easy whatsoever. But that earns us some more territory and earns us some more money. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and go over to something I passed up in the last episode, which was, well, actually, that wasn't what I passed up in the last episode. We're going to need some more respect. So with that said, we're going to go over here to this snatch.
Listen, motherfucker, if you come by here one more time, no. If you look at this fucking building one more time, I will personally feed you all 3 inches of your cock. You hear me? Now get the fuck out.
What the?
I don't know what you want, but whatever it is, I ain't got it. Look around, hun. I think you'll notice a distinct lack of pussy. Some fucking pimps from out of town are trying to put me out of business. They took most of my stable, and now they're even asking me to go back hoeing for them. You believe that shit? Until you can go out there and bring my girls back, I can't help you.
Funny, I mentioned the last Vice King mission we just did being an overglorified snatch mission, and now we're doing snatched in order for us to get ourselves some more respect. But yeah, now it's come to the point where you're gonna need 4-door vehicles in order for you to get the snatch done. I'm just gonna shoot this pimp in the face. There we go. Let's grab this hoe too, and let's take him back to the. Oh my God, car's just over here running over that hoe like it was nothing, man. At least she didn't take damage. That would have sucked if she died though, because the mission do fail if hoes die. So bear that in mind. And unlike with Saints Row 2, I don't think the hoes can be stolen once they're brought to the brothel. Yeah, Saints Row 2 and onward, they had that potential to be stolen. Now, let's go snatch some more hoes. And while we're on the subject, since we're literally on the last gang of the entirety of the game, I might as well say THQ made some really dumb decisions when it came from Saints Row 1, 2, and 3. They made some really dumb decisions. And I did not mean to get that guy in my group of people. I was trying to snag 3 hoes, but I digress. At least we got what we need. So now we're going to go over to the next stronghold. Which, by the way, actually no, we're not going to the next stronghold, we're going to the next mission. Next stronghold happens after the next mission. So with that said, let's get this started, shall we? But yeah, THQ and Volition made some dumb mistakes between 1, 2, and 3.
God, you haven't changed at all, have you?
Well, not all of us have a couple $1 million to make changes.
It's always the same shit
Oh,
with you.
here we go again.
What did you want me to do? Did you expect me not to take my shot?
No, I expected you to remember where you came from.
Oh, fuck you, Johnny.
Fuck me? Fuck you! You're the one who ran off to be famous. The only time you remember who we are is when you want something.
My sister was kidnapped.
And I brought her back, didn't I?
No, he did.
Bullshit! I told him to do it. No offense.
Look, if you're gonna help me, help me. But don't you dare try to hold it over me.
Fine.
Fine.
Fine! Relax, man. I'd like you to meet Saints Row's claim to fame. This is Aisha. And tonight, we gonna kill her.
He's being melodramatic. See, I'm signed with Kingdom Come Records.
And it's no secret that the label is owned by the Vice King.
But the real deal is that once you're in, you can't get out. They rip you off left and right, and they extort you to stay signed. I've talked to Johnny, and he said that you might be willing to help me.
Now check it out. Ish has a recording session in a few minutes. That's when we make her disappear and give the Vice Kings a nice fuck you while we're at it. I want you to take Aisha to her session, but on the way, stop at the chop shop to have your ride loaded up with some C4. Park the car at the studio and get the hell out of there. Ish, make sure someone sees you before you jump out.
Johnny, I really appreciate it.
Whatever. I was gonna blow that place up anyway.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it's about to get harder for no reason. And needless to say, when it comes down to the Vice Kings, if this is your starting gang, you're gonna have some problems, particularly with this mission and mostly near the end of the game. So, with that said, I did these guys last thinking that I could actually get all the Hitman done by this time, but Hitman is kind of hard to find. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go on ahead and rig up this car to blow. However, we're not gonna be met without resistance. Yeah, we will have a lot of resistance in the next couple of seconds.
Aisha, why haven't you called me back?
Oh, God, him again?
One of Aisha's obsessed fans is trying to kill me. And by the way, let me remind you all, no, you cannot kill the obsessed fan that's in here. And shall I also point out one other thing? You're on a time limit and the car bomb has a damage meter. So basically speaking, you have to outrun this prick.
He's crazy.
As well as
slow down. We don't want to hit anything.
Make sure that no pop-in traffic actually wrecks your car, because as you're trying to get away from this guy, bear in mind he is going to chase you down unless you actually find a way to outmaneuver him.
It didn't go off, did it?
And the longer this chase persists, the more that you're going to get damaged. And you can cause him to wreck his own car and try to maneuver and swerve away. But I'm just gonna warn you, as you do, don't get too far from where the objective is, because if you do, again, let me remind you, there is a time limit. However, you have high top speed. Unfortunately, that guy do too. And actually, no, I slowed down because I was trying to keep the car from being hit. But he caught up to me, and unfortunately, that's the end of the road for this run, unfortunately. And I failed. Nah. Let's get that clap back again. Only this time, we're gonna try to get away from this guy. And by the way, the mission starts over literally where you're rigging the bomb in Aisha's car. And then you're trying to outrun this guy. You're gonna have to use maneuverability because, again, as you just got finished seeing, you cannot kill the fan. He is impervious to damage, and so too is his Jeep. So if somebody else actually kills him, or if he actually gets wrecked, at least you'll be able to outrun him. Once he's completely off the Once his blip is completely off of the grid, you can go on ahead and go to the, oh god, he's catching up. Let's try to lose him. Oh shit, here he comes. As I was saying, once his blip is completely off of the screen,
for weeks. He's crazy.
we can finally go to the, objective, which you will only have a limited amount of time left from outrunning this guy in order to get to Kingdom Records. Oh shit. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Now, if that guy's car gets crashed and flips over and you lose him, that'll be more time for you. Unfortunately, he's still persistent. Oh, wait, hold on. He wrecked. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, where we need to go, we gotta have to make an about face. Hold on. I think we lost him. We just need 30 more seconds. I mean, it's a 30-second time limit in-game in order to make sure that somebody's completely lost. He's off the blip almost. He's off the blip. Yeah, I'm just trying to maneuver back to where King is. Or Kingdom Tower is. Yep, time to go to the studio. We lost him. Woo! So, now the next step is for you to survive the car bomb. And for the record, ladies and gentlemen, you can't go to rim jobs to repair the car. There's nothing you can do about this. All you have to do is go straight to your destination, and it shouldn't be cutting it close. It all depends on how long it takes for you to lose that guy. This was not easy at all. This was like my second attempt. When I first did this, it took me 7 because that guy was really persistent and I didn't. And it's not that I didn't have a fast car. The fact of the matter is, I didn't know the shortcuts in the alley because I first played the game. So with that said, let's drive over to Kingdom Records and oh god, oh man, the bomb is almost destroyed. I mean, the bomb is almost over. Oh god, I'm stuttering because the bomb is almost detonated, but we're good. We're good. We're here.
Running a little late today?
Hey now, you gotta look good to sound good.
Want me to let him know you're in?
Would you do that for me?
She's here, Mr. Williams.
And with that, Aisha's first quote-unquote death happens in this game, even though her actual death is in the second. And now we go to our stronghold since we have enough respect to do so. This one can be a tough one, but it's not as tough if you happen to know what you're doing and bring a couple of more homies. Yeah, you're gonna have to bring all the homies that you could possibly bring to watch your back. Because let's face it, you're gonna be surrounded by Vice Kings. And you're gonna have to kill every last one of them. Thankfully, that the Vice Kings here actually do drop food. And if they don't, go to Freckle Bitches before you come here. Yeah, Freckle Bitches actually is the only restaurant in town. The funny part about this is, once Saints Row 2 comes in, they would have more restaurants to... Oh, God. Why does my guy keep getting killed? Well, at least he dropped a burger. Yay. But as I was saying, there would be more restaurants that have better healing items than Freckle Bitches. But that's only because Ultor is funding those restaurants. But nonetheless, we had to kill everybody outside the loft. Once we get into Sunnyvale Loft, that's when we're going to have to get through the fire escape and kill everybody there and pick up the McManus. And when we pick up the McManus, that's when things truly pick up. And by truly pick up, yeah, and that guy's the easiest one to kill. Make sure you kill every single Vice King in the room. Because we don't want them to shoot you while you're trying to snipe. And now, for what would be essentially the hard part, but I managed to hold my own quite well. And I switched right before the cutscene started, so that explains why I have the McManus. Be careful, because they all come in sets. The guys that just showed up will come in a set of... They're basically the first 10, and then there's going to be a set of 4 and then a set of 5. And those guys are going to come with rocket launchers. You will have to step as far away from the area as humanly possible. So yeah, I'm not going to downplay this game's difficulty. Once they start coming out with the rocket launchers, that's when things really start getting hectic. Damn it. Shoot the guy. Pretty sure there's another one around here. I need to finagle myself to shoot that person in the leg. Man, if this was Sniper Elite, I would literally be controlling bullets to hit people dead in the head every time. Oh wait, no, you can't really control the bullets. You'll be seeing slow motion of people getting their brains splattered on the wall. Now let's try to shimmy a little bit to try to get that guy to show his leg or something. There we go. And now we got more Vice Kings coming in. Be careful, because one of them has a bazooka, and I killed the one with the bazooka. But moreover, be careful, because some of them also coming in with sniper rifles of their own. And now for the last set. There is... Oh shit! Well, time to heal out my follower. Stand back. And kill those guys with the... Oh, wait, what the hell? I shot him! Why did I backtrack? That was a glitch. Y'all saw that, right? That was a glitch. I was trying to kill the guy from a far off distance. I'm pretty sure there's 2 more left to kill. There's one right here. I think he's got a rocket launcher too. There we go. And there's one more around here somewhere. You know, I could just no-scope that guy if I can't find him. Wait, he's down there. Never mind, found him. Killed him, and it's over. Not too bad. So, 2 missions in a stronghold down, at least 9 more and another stronghold. So with that said, because we've gotten 40 hours in the game, we now have an achievement. So, I'll see you all in the next episode of Saints Row 1 as we continue to screw with the Vice Kings. This is RVMan 985. Peace out and take care.